Jackson State looks to keep on making history this very season. Bringing in a record with 10 wins, 0 losses, the Jackson State Tigers look to get their 11th win as the Alcorn State Braves, coming in at 5-5. Really don't care about their record, but it's one of the biggest rivalries in Mississippi, so they would love to upset those Tigers. What's up, HBCU Game Day family? It's your favorite cousin from Mississippi, D. James, and welcome to Soul Bowl 2022. We got Coach McNair and the Alcorn State Braves, Coach Deion Sanders and the Jackson State Tigers. And if you haven't found out by now, the whole state of Mississippi is swag. As we head to the coin toss, Alcorn State won. They kicked the ball off to Jackson State, so we get to see Heisman hopeful Shedeur Sanders come out first. In front of 31,000, Shedeur comes out, hooks up with Dallas Daniels. That's why he's going to the East vs. West Shrine Bowl later on in the offseason. As expected, Jackson State utilized Savion Wilkerson, but Alcorn really did look at some film because even one time, I seen a mouthpiece fly. Even the secondary for Alcorn State was coming up big, but sometimes they made some selfish mistakes. He taunts the player, in which he receives a flag. It takes away from the great play, my boy. Back on offense, Alcorn State's Trey Lawrence hooks up with CJ Bowler for a nice pickup. It's going down. Alcorn State gave the ball back to JSU, and already Shedeur is showing us that he still likes to run. This time he didn't slide. Alejandro Mata comes out, puts 3 on the board. Jackson State goes up first, 3-0. Howard has been one of the toughest backs to bring down, but Jackson State has been one of the toughest defenses to try to run on. However, Howard is still a very determined back, but that drive did not get Alcorn any points, and the ball goes back to Jackson State. This time, Shedeur gets outside the pocket, and he does that baseball slide like Coach Prime was talking about. The reason for Shedeur getting outside the pocket was the D-line for Alcorn was applying pressure, and right here, Big 99 and the rest of the boys, they finally catch up to Shedeur. After a punt, Trey Lawrence shows that he also has some wheels coming in as a backup quarterback for Alcorn State. Alcorn State utilized the hurry-up offense, so Howard jumped in the end zone before I could catch it, but Alcorn State goes up 7-3. Alcorn State got the ball back, but it didn't work in their favor. Number 92, Justin Ragan for Jackson State, comes up with the strip sack, and Jackson State recovers. Savion Wilkerson jots in for a 2-yard touchdown run. Jackson State has regained the lead. After that, Travis Hunter comes up with his second interception of the season, but the first one he took to the crib. Hey, Jackson State goes up 17-7 at halftime. At halftime, we saw the sonic boom, and we even got to see the baby Tigers as they took the trip from Jackson to Lorman. The Sounds of Dynamite also took the field, and you know how they do when they at home on the reservation. Coming out in the second half, Jarvion Howard still just couldn't find his moves. Jackson State was smothering all running attempts. Well, maybe not all running attempts, but Howard showed that he will work for the yards. Alcorn State gave the ball back, but Jackson State, they couldn't block the D-line. Alcorn State's Noah Kiani came out and got them 3 more points, their final score of the match. And the icing on the cake was Travis Hunter showing the world that he is a dog without a leash, out the cage, in somebody else's yard, doing what he want to do. And final here, Jackson State 24, Alcorn 13.
We try to inspire and encourage and motivate our guys to let them know that every place we play, every team we play against is going to be a fight, regardless of the record, regardless of the thought process going into the game, and they played their butts off. They held us to a season low in yards, season high in sacks of our quarterback. We played well tremendously well defensively, but we preach offense, defense, and special teams all needs to be intertwined and married to one another, and it was not the case today. And we won, but as you can see, I'm not completely happy about the W.
I don't look at players like that. I honestly I don't look at them how they hype them up, 4-star, 5-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. It don't matter. A player's a player. It's not for me to rate them. I don't give them no stars. Sure. So for what it's worth, our guys got stars by themselves too. But it's just the idea that we just came out and played the way we played, and I thought it was aggressive.